Action Aid teaches us how to make peace and how to love one another in the community. Even the person that you call enemy, how to mingle with them and do something in common so that problem will not occur.
The System and Structure Strengthening Approach Against Radicalization to Violent Extremism Project, SARVE, was birthed in August 2016, following Action Aid Nigeria's ambition to address the intrinsic restive violence spilling across the host communities.
This project was actually centered on addressing those key drivers of violent extremism, such as unemployment, that give birth to idleness. Then we have the women, who most often are the most vulnerable when it comes to those attacks. So we also try to see how we could strengthen the capacity of the women and build their resilience. Then we have the issue of perceived marginalization. Some persons just feel that they are not being heard, they are not being given opportunity. And so we have some of these drivers of violent extremism very, very strong in these two states and some other parts of the country.
This second phase in particular witnessed tremendous successes, one of which is the passage of the Kogi State Youth Commission into law, perfectly coming at a time when we really need to harness our gain from the first phase of the project to this level.
The parts were able to, on their own, do what they call local community dialogues, resolving conflict that would have escalated, and for us that is key.
Most of the communities where we have these cards who are trained in leadership, in how they can identify conflicts and be able to put some mediation stages in place. They foresee and expect the issues that may affect them. They put in place preparedness system, and you can see that they are able to take action and respond immediately.
When we notice that there are about to be problems or clashes within the community among the youth, we call the parties concerned together and settle them, so that there will be no problem within the community.
When COVID-19 struck and sparked a shadow pandemic of heightened cases of gender-based violence across the globe with depressing impacts on women and girls, SARVE II project leveraged on structures such as the Women and Girls Safe Spaces.
This particular project was able to put in place strategies that enable women and girls to mobilize themselves against the scorching challenge of sexual and gender-based violence. Now we see girls who were part of these safe spaces coming out as head girls in their schools. We saw women who are taking leadership positions in the community. This is very exciting.
Safe space provides women and girls a lot of things, and where they can share their challenges.
Do you believe in yourself? You need to answer me now. Do you believe in yourself?
I see the learnings, I see the commitment and the passion in the young people that we've engaged with over 3 years. For some of these young people, there is nothing like this that could have ever happened to them if not for the SARVE project.
They are picking lessons that is influencing their behavioral change, and most of them we believe will go to their community, be peace ambassadors, not engage in violent extremism, and also have a skill that they can use to make money.
For Action Aid, we have done a lot. We have built structures and systems within the community. We've strengthened the ones we met, and we've built new ones, and we hope that this will continue to engage young people and the community generally around preventing violence and extremism within the communities.
The SARVE II project works with journalists, and here is why. Whoever tells the story wields the power. Stories can shape peace or trigger conflicts. Journalists often determine which stories are told and how they are told, and this is why the project works closely with journalists in the project states.
We've been able to work with a lot of stakeholders, ranging from Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development. We also work with Commissioner for Youth and Sports. We work with SASDG. We work with the Office of the SSG. We work with media.
So you discover that the SARVE II project is a project that operated what we call the bottom-top approach. You know, from the grassroots community, about 24 communities, you know, to the local government level, where we had the establishment of the Local Government Conflict Management Alliance, the LOCMA, and then to the state level, where we have established what we call the State Government Alliance, the SCOMA, that we work with at the state level, and then up to the national level, where we're collaborating with Office of National Security Advisor on the implementation of PCB.
We're very fortunate that we work with a very committed, dedicated team who understand the communities, who work very collaboratively, and who focus on advocacy and communication. So they're bringing everyone along with them, and they're in the communities that really need support, and they're able to work with the people who need the support most and leave behind structures that will continue to support these communities.
Despite all the successes achieved through the SARVE II project, there is room for more. Action Aid Nigeria believes that the replication and adoption of some of the structures set up and mechanisms utilized during the project implementation can be replicated in other states across Nigeria to achieve similar positive results and create a peaceful nation where development can thrive.